Welcome to Court Helicopter Explainer. We are still dealing with the dancing Mubaba, the Tanzanian old man whose dancing skills has captured the internet and everybody is looking at it. He says he was made to believe he's the father of a child. He went back after the woman left. He went to look for him, only to find the woman who had told him that he's the father of that child, together with a man. And the woman identified the man as the biological father of that child.
Akaniuliza, mtoto wako yupi? Kamuuliza, si huyu mtoto wangu. Akamwambia, una mtoto ya. Huyo unayemwona aliyombeba ndio baba huyo mtoto.
It's very devastating. Have you ever taken care of a child when you know very well that that is your child? That is your own biological child. Then later, your wife tells you, you are not the biological father of this child. This child belongs to another man. As a man, can you take that statement from a woman? Will you not kill that woman? In the heat of arguments between husband and wife, between fiancé and the fiancés, between lovers, sometimes if a woman is annoyed with you, she can tell you, these children even don't belong to you. These children belong to another man. In some context, it is an insult. In some context, it's real. And if it's real, then you come to understand that there was adultery, there was infidelity, there was cheating in the marriage. And that cheating could not be once, it could have happened severally. So this woman told the Mubaba to his face that he is not the father. What does that mean? Let us listen to the woman confirming that she lied to the old man. Listen.
Sina mtoto naye. Yule mtoto sio wake. Sawa, alikuwa anamlea lakini sio mtoto wake. Mtoto kashachukuliwa na baba yake. Kwa hiyo ilinilazimu niendelee nimdanganye nimwambie kwamba ile mimba yake lakini sio yake.
Mayangai. Haya tunayaona tukiwa hai. You have heard the woman. You have heard the woman. Kwa Kiswahili umemsikia yule mwanamke. Anasema alimdanganya mzee kwa sababu hakuwa na uwezo wa kumlisha ule mtoto. She had no means to feed that kid. She had no means to keep that kid. She knew mzee had money. She cheated mzee that he is the father of that child. What does the law say when a woman tells you that you are the father of a child, you take care of the child, and you don't know the truth? That is what is called paternity fraud. Paternity fraud. Many don't know it. This is an offense committed every day in this country. When your wife or your girlfriend cheats you that you are the biological father, yet you're not, that is called paternity fraud. Let us go to the law and find what paternity fraud means. It goes, paternity fraud is one form of misattributed paternity or paternal discrepancy. Specifically, paternity fraud is the intentional intentional misidentification of a child's biological father. It is intentional. The mother knows that you are not the biological child. You are not the biological father. She intentionally tells you you are the biological father. There are sometimes paternity errors, but they are not intentional. For example, you go to a maternity hospital. Accidentally, the nurses turn the child. You get a different child and you go with that, you leave your child at the hospital. That is accidental. But this is intentional. The mother knows. So, if you hear this woman, she is guilty of an offense called paternity fraud. Let us look at how countries, before we deal with Kenya, how countries have dealt with the paternity fraud. In Australia, since 1989, anybody who lies to a father that you are the father, that father is called putative fathers. You are not the father, you are not the biological father, but you have been cheated to believe that you are the father. How many men in this town, how many men in this country are putative fathers? Oh my God. It might be a half of all the men who believe they are fathers, but they are not fathers. Try. Test your wife. Test your girlfriend. Let's go for DNA testing for the kids. She will not agree. Why? Because she knows you are not the biological father. Like the mzee, he's here dancing, being told openly he's not the biological father. Australia. In 2002, the Victorian County Court awarded Liam Neil Magill 70,000 Australian dollars for compensation for the damages and economic loss against his ex-wife, Meredith McGill, as a result of a DNA testing that proved that he is not the biological father. $70,000 compensation. So, our dancing king, Mzee, can get $70,000 if he sues. Let's go to country 2, Canada. In a case of 2002, the High Court, Mr. Cornelius, after doing DNA test, it was found that Cornelius had been cheated the way Mzee was cheated. What did the court impose? American dollars, $120,000 as compensation. Third, Finland. In Finland, it is such a serious issue that it has both criminal and civil litigation. And anybody, it says, if a mother deliberately gives false information to the authorities that contributes to the erroneous establishment of paternity, she may be fined. South Korea. In 2004, a South Korean man was awarded $42,280 for compensation for pain and suffering when a DNA test established that the child he had with his ex-wife was not his. For pain and suffering. Look at this dancing man. Look at his face. Look at how painful, the nerves, the arteries. Vivian, put them there to we see for 1 minute. Look at the face, that pain. In Korea, that pain is worthy $42,380. Switzerland. In Switzerland, you pay up to 3% of the penalty provided by the Federal Supreme Court of Switzerland, decision 5A 619. If DNA tests prove otherwise, you will pay compensation. Dramatically, the United Kingdom, the common law where Kenya borrows heavily on all our laws from. Let me go with it. In the United Kingdom, paternity fraud, like adultery, is not a criminal offense, except in the case of lineage of the children of the British monarchy under the Treason Act 1351, where the adulterers are punished for adultering against the lineage of the king. If you sire a child in the lineage of the king, you are arrested and charged for treason. That is a serious issue. In 2019, a unnamed former wife of Richard Mason was ordered to pay euros 250,000 in compensation for paternity fraud. 250,000 euros compensation for paternity fraud. And lastly, in Kingston, upon who had already paid $38,000 in child maintenance, he was compensated. What about in the United States? It is a serious offense, and once DNA has been proved, then that person can get a refund. So the question we have is a question about paternity fraud, where people have been cheated, Mubabas have been cheated, but this child is yours. Have you seen, leave that, women cheating that they are pregnant? They wear sweaters, they put some oranges in their stomach, and they call the Mubaba and say, I'm pregnant. If you don't send me, if you don't buy me a house, if you don't give me money, I'll put it on social media. I'll call the bloggers to put it there. Have you been blackmailed by women that they are pregnant? Yet they are not pregnant. Have you been told you support the pregnancy? At the 8th month, you are told, oh, sorry, I got a miscarriage. That old money that you sent was a scam. This old man, our dancing king, must have been scammed by that woman for all this time. So the question is, can we now live with honesty? Court Helicopter brings it to you that do not attempt to get paternity, that is paternity fraud. And our advice, whenever you are told that a woman is pregnant, insist on taking her yourself for a pregnancy test. Those pregnancy stories, WhatsApp text messages, are a lie. The photos that you have been sent of a bulging stomach, they are a lie. Mubabas, don't worry. Court Helicopter has brought you a new revelation called paternity fraud. We shall be dealing in the next episode what the law talks about DNA testing under the Kenyan law. Wakili Dantan Omari, always telling you, don't kill, don't hurt, don't do a crime, don't bewitch somebody. Now we have told you, the young women, do not go for paternity fraud. In the next 2 episodes, you'll understand the legal issues when you are saying you are pregnant. You are telling a Mubaba he's the father of a child when he's not the father of a child. Wakili Dantan.